Do you have a date for your friend's wedding yet?
Actually, no, I don't. Do you know anyone I could go with?
What kind of guys do you like?
Oh, I like guys who aren't too serious and who have a good sense of humor. You know, someone like you.
Okay. What else?
Well, I'd prefer someone I have something in common with, who I can talk to easily.
I think I know just the guy for you. Bob Branson. Do you know him?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I'll ask him to meet us for coffee, and you can tell me what you think.
Guess what? I've found a summer job.
That's great. Anything interesting?
Yes, working at an amusement park.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
So, have you found anything?
Nothing yet, but I have a couple of leads. One is working as an intern for a record company, mostly answering phones. Or I can get a landscaping job again.
Being an intern sounds more interesting than landscaping. You'd have better hours, and it's probably not as much work.
Yeah, but a landscaper earns more than an intern. And you get a great tan.
Hello?
Hi, Mingu. This is Yana.
Oh, hi, Yana. What's up?
My best friend is in a band, and I'm going to one of his concerts this weekend. I'd love to take some pictures for his website. Would you mind if I borrowed your new camera?
No. That's okay, I guess. I don't think I'll need it for anything.
Thanks a million.
Sure. Have you used a camera like mine before? It's sort of complicated.
Uh-huh, sure, a couple of times. Would it be okay if I picked it up on Friday night?
Yeah, I guess so.
Guess what? Someone stole my wallet last night.
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, I was working out, and I had put my stuff in my locker, just like I always do. When I came back, someone had stolen my wallet. I guess I'd forgotten to lock the locker.
That's terrible. Did you lose much money?
Only about $15, but I lost my credit card and my driver's license. What a pain.
I just got invited to my teacher's house for dinner.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, but what do you do here when you're invited to someone's house?
Well, here in the U.S., it's the custom to bring a small gift.
Like what?
Oh, maybe some flowers or chocolates.
And is it all right to bring a friend along?
Well, if you want to bring someone, you're expected to call first and ask if it's okay.
Hello?
Hello, Ms. Locke. This is Jack Burr.
Mr. Burr?
In apartment 305.
Oh, yes. What can I do for you? Does your refrigerator need fixing again?
No, it's the oven this time.
Oh, so what's wrong with it?
Well, I think the temperature control needs to be adjusted. The oven keeps burning everything I try to cook.
Really? Okay. I'll have someone look at it right away.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Locke.
By the way, Mr. Burr, are you sure it's the oven and not your cooking?
Look at all those dead fish. What do you think happened?
Well, there's a factory outside town that's pumping chemicals into the river.
How can they do that? Isn't that against the law?
Yes, it is. But a lot of companies ignore those laws.
That's terrible. What can we do about it?
Well, one way to change things is to talk to the company's management.
What if that doesn't work?
Well, then another way to stop them is to get a TV station to run a story on it.
Yes, companies hate bad publicity. By the way, what's the name of this company?
It's called Avox Industries.
Really? My uncle is one of their top executives.
So, how's your French class going?
Not bad, but I'm finding the pronunciation difficult.
Well, I imagine it takes a while to get it right. You know, you could improve your accent by listening to language CDs.
That's a good idea. But How do you learn new vocabulary? I always seem to forget new words.
I learn new English words best by writing them on pieces of paper and sticking them on things in my room. I look at them every night before I go to sleep.
Maybe I should try something like that.
This is so depressing. I haven't had a date since Angela broke up with me. What can I do?
Why don't you join an online dating service? That's how I met Amy.
Actually, I've tried that. But the people you meet are always different from what you expect.
Well, what about taking a dance class? A friend of mine met his wife that way.
A dance class? Are you serious?
Sure, why not? They offer them here at the gym.
I don't think that's a very good idea. Have you ever seen me dance? I have 2 left feet.
Look, here's a quiz on events of the 20th century.
Oh, let me give it a try. I'm good at history.
All right. First question. When did World War I begin?
I think it began in 1917.
Huh. And how long has the United Nations been in existence?
Since Kennedy became president in 1961.
Next question. How long were the Beatles together?
Well, they started in 1965 and broke up in 1980, so they were together for 15 years. So, how am I doing so far?
Not very well. Not one of your answers is correct.
So what were you like when you were younger?
When I was a kid, I was kind of irresponsible.
You? Really? What made you change?
Graduating from high school.
What do you mean?
Well, until I graduated, I'd never had any important responsibilities. But then I went off to college.
I know what you mean. I was really immature when I was a teenager.
So what made you change?
I think I became more mature after I got my first job and moved away from home. Once I had a job, I became totally independent.
Where did you work?
I worked for my dad at the bank.
What's your favorite club, Ben?
The Soul Club. They have fabulous music, and it's never crowded, so it's easy to get in.
That's funny. There's always a long wait outside my favorite club. I like it because it's always packed.
Why do you think it's so popular?
Well, it just opened a few months ago. Everything is brand new and modern, and lots of fashionable people go there. It's called the Casablanca.
Oh, right. I hear the reason people go there is just to be seen.
Exactly. Do you want to go some night?
I thought you'd never ask.
You asked Beth to be here around 7 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes. What time is it now?
It's almost 8. I wonder what happened.
She might have forgotten the time. Why don't I call and see if she's on her way?
A few minutes later.
I got her voicemail, so she must not have turned on her cell phone.
I hope she didn't have a problem on the road. Her car could have broken down or something.
Of course, she may have simply forgotten and done something else today.
No, she couldn't have forgotten. I just talked to her about it yesterday. I guess we should start without her.
Working on movies must be really exciting.
Oh, yeah, but it's also very hard work. A 1-minute scene in a film can take days to shoot.
Really? Why is that?
Well, a scene isn't filmed just once. Lots of different shots have to be taken. Only the best ones are used in the final film.
So, how many times does a typical scene need to be shot?
It depends, but sometimes as many as 20 times. One scene may be shot from 5 or 6 different angles.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Why don't you come visit the studio? I can show you how things are done.
Great, I'd love to.
Health insurance, childcare bills, rent. Now that I'm going to school and only working part-time, I have a hard time making ends meet.
Health insurance is really expensive, isn't it?
Yeah. My company used to pay for it when I was working full-time.
And childcare isn't cheap, is it?
No, it's not. After I pay for rent and groceries, almost all my money goes to pay for my son's daycare.
Colleges should provide free daycare for students with children.
I think so too. But they don't have any services like that at my school.
Happy birthday, Allison. So, how does it feel to be 21?
Kind of strange. I suddenly feel a little anxious, like I'm not moving ahead fast enough.
But don't you think you've accomplished quite a bit in the last few years?
Oh, I've managed to get good grades, but I still haven't been able to decide on a career.
Well, what do you hope you'll have achieved by the time you're 30?
For one thing, I hope I'll have seen more of the world. But more important than that, I'd like to have made a good start on my career by then.